All right, now this issue that we're going to be discussing today is something that's been a thing in Hollywood, though not exclusively there. It has been this whole kind of emasculation type of thing of men, particularly. This is why you hear the terms like toxic masculinity and all these sorts of terms that are often applied to, let's say, traditional men and traditional manhood. However, that has been changed. There's certainly, as you've gotten more people that are let's say anti-tradition. Let's just call them that, I guess, for the sake of this video. And oftentimes it's done in a way where they will do enough to be able to deny it. Let's say that. And what I mean by that is that they'll present, let's say, an emasculated man. You'll see a trend and you'll notice it and they'll gaslight you and say, well, you're basically seeing things. It's essentially what it is they'll say. But this right here is just them saying it out loud. The writing team, that is, for this Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. We'll go ahead and pull it up right here. And it says, while speaking with Variety, Daly and Goldstein, this is going to be John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, discussed how Michelle Rodriguez, Holga, and the Barbarian, and Sophia Lillis, blah, 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 tend to engage in frontlines battle compared to their male party members. That was not an attempt at wokeness on our part. I feel like that's them like admitting that it's that on their part, but whatever. They obviously see that the term has a negative connotation and they don't want to be associated with it. It says, swear to God, it wasn't. We like that Holga is a bruiser, or is the bruiser that does dirty work for Edgin, and he doesn't like to get his hands dirty. We also love emasculating leading men. After reiterating that the reasons did not pertain to woke, the pair explained that they wrote the men the way that way because they find it funny and fresh. Oh, yeah, it was just fresh because we're not seeing any examples of this at all. Says they also aim to do something similar with Tom Holland's Peter Parker and Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark and Spider-Man. We like our male heroes to be challenged and not simply heroic. Well, I don't think the issue is them being challenged, and you don't have to emasculate them in order to be challenged, unless that is, again, you find something inherently incorrect or wrong with masculinity. Excuse me. It's something the pair found surprisingly difficult to achieve with leading actors in their films. While they did not name names, they noted that they had experiences with a couple of male actors in the past who refused to look weak or vulnerable in a film. However, they had the opposite problem with Chris Pine. Pine reportedly enjoyed making himself look as bad as possible, almost to a fault. Interesting. Now look, saying about like Mary Sue's or the male equivalent to that, I don't think anybody has an issue with that at all. You want to see the character struggle. However, when you use the term emasculation, you again are saying something like it's the fact that it has to be the butt of the joke and the fact that they're acting like it's funny and fresh. We've seen this. We've seen this in animation, man. We've seen this in, well, you got the dumb, stumbling, fumbling male father. And like, this is something that isn't anything new. I don't know why my email stuff is going off, but this isn't anything new. They've been doing this for a minute. The only thing different now is that they're like, yeah, it's something that we're doing. Oh, it's not in the name of wokeness. Yeah, okay. Well, what is it in the name of? Funny and fresh? Okay. Look, man, I don't know how many more examples you guys need of Hollywood just telling you to go screw yourself. They do have, it's modern leftism, modern social justice leftism in terms of their idea of what they see the world and what they want it to be. And Hollywood entertainment is a big part of their vehicle. It is their vehicle. It is primarily their vehicle. And they understand that they can give current and future generations by utilizing that and controlling that. They don't need to have the best ideas on their side. So in order to combat that, you have to compete with them. And customers have to kind of reroute their focus. But believe them, when they sit up there and tell you like, hey, this is what we're doing, they intentionally emasculated the men in their stories. Look, man, I don't know what else to tell you. Wherever you're viewing the content, I appreciate you. If you enjoyed it, you may be interested in my comic book company, Rippaverse Comics. Our first book and campaign, ISOM #1, brought in $3.7 million with tens of thousands of satisfied customers. Visit Rippaverse.com to check out our store and stay up to date with the latest campaigns from one of the hottest new comic book companies. Also, my first big step towards a parallel economy was the development of my personal website, ericdjuly.com. This entirely replaced my Patreon. Now, if you enjoy this content, please consider becoming a member over at the website. We have an ever-expanding list of perks for various membership tiers, a forum, and a phone app. Some of these perks will even benefit you if you're fans of the Rippaverse. Anyway, I appreciate you so much for being a supporter and or customer. I even got a little love for my haters.